My name is Thomas Fritz. I work for San Juan Mountains Association. We're out here at Mullis Pass today with Animas High School. We're with Mr. Binkowski's class. This is a program we've done for the past few years. It's a really great opportunity to get the students up here. We're so lucky to live in the San Juans, where just a short drive away is a lot of environment and ecosystem. We're at the start of it.
My name's Mike. We're here at Mullis Pass, and I'm the biology teacher at Animas, and this is my environmental science elective. Where we're standing right now is really important because the snow we're standing on is basically our water supply. So if you look at a map of the San Juans and you look at the rivers, they all radiate out like spokes on a bicycle with the mountains at the center. And that matters because a lot of the areas around here are pretty arid. And what mountains do is they force air upward. So as wind comes usually westward from the Pacific, forces that air upward and makes it more likely to precipitate any moisture out of it. Because as air rises, it cools, it condenses, it makes precip. So really, the mountains are a lot wetter in their climate, and during the winter, all that water that falls on them is stored as snow, which is fed to the lower lying drier areas in the form of rivers and creeks and streams.
So my name is Bennett Yesterday. Here we are in the beginning of April, and what we're seeing historically dry conditions, sporadic rainstorms, and then dry spells right after that. And we're seeing a historically early peak to river levels. So the issue that presents is our rivers are going to be low this summer, and that affects a lot of different things. It affects our recreation. Durango is a very recreation-heavy city, a lot of rafting in the summer, and that is threatened by the major changes in climate that we're seeing this year. Compared to something like 2023, which was a historically wet year, and the wettest year of the 2020s, we're seeing one of the driest years.
So today what we're doing is really we're understanding snow water equivalent, which, in layman's term is how much water's in this snow around us. It's an important thing. I always like to ask the students, why do I care? Especially in years like this one where we don't have a ton of snow, we're really going to get an understanding of our fire season and what that's going to look like. And so it's important to understand how much water we have. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to dig some pits. We're going to look at the snowpack and the different layers in there. We have some tools to measure exactly how much water. So we're going to be checking for density, snow crystal type, and compiling all of that information to understand just how much water is in here. And the reason that I think it's important for these kids to do that is because in a big picture, it directly affects where they live. And they get to have firsthand knowledge and get to understand, oh, hey, this is how I can help predict and maybe better educate my peers on how I need to behave responsibly with water, especially during our dry seasons. We've been in a long drought. And so this is just a really fun way to learn some really tough knowledge.